Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to do a roundup of all of the makeup I bought this spring. So spring new releases, and give a global review of all of these brands. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So I think what I'll do is I'll go brand by brand that I've bought from this year. And again, I'm going to focus only on new releases, not just makeup that I've bought in general, but specifically new releases for spring 2020. So the first company I'm going to talk about is Chantecaille. Now, they came out with the most beautiful Hummingbird collection this spring, and I picked up the Cool Toned palette. This is a really beautiful everyday palette. It's what I'm wearing today, and you could wear it for an evening look, you could wear it for a day look, and we can't ignore that the packaging is absolutely stunning. Chantecaille did not come out with many items in the spring collection, but every item is so beautifully thought out that I really don't care. Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming when companies come out with elaborate collections. When companies come out with like 3 or 4 pieces that are just so beautifully thought out, I really appreciate that. There was also a warm toned palette, which I skipped, but it looked equally beautiful. And there was also a blurring powder, which I skipped. I keep getting this sense of makeup regret because I don't really wear that many face powders, but there's something about it that just looks so beautiful. So if I can find it online, I might get that one. And I also got one of their new lip cheeks. So these are sort of similar to the lip veils, but they're a bit glossier. And I have the shade called Honeysuckle. This is just like a really beautiful, easy nude that's a bit more cool toned. It has a bit of a pinky milk effect, but I think that depending on your natural lip color, it will look a little bit different, but it's still going to be like a cool toned nude. I think if you like the lip veil formula, you will like the lip cheeks because they're quite similar to me. I know there's technically a difference, but I couldn't really notice it. They are super comfortable to wear. It's like a very glossy lipstick. So I like this type of formula because this is the kind that if you forget to pack a lip balm that day, you can just keep reapplying this, and this doubles as a lip color and a lip balm as one. So that's it for Chantecaille. I didn't buy that many from the collection, but the ones that I did were all amazing. Okay, next up is something from Westman Atelier. This is their lip suede. So this is a lip compact, and what's interesting about this is I find that oftentimes in a lip compact, the texture tends to be very glossy, but these have a matte, but almost a satin matte finish. They do not have a very intense drying effect on the lip. They do, however, have the most intense staying and staining effect. I think that the fuchsia is probably my favorite color because it is so punchy. The tomato red is nice, but I find it's almost more of a blue toned red. I thought it would be more orange. That being said, it's still very beautiful, and all 4 of these colors can be mixed together. You can create your own concoction, you can create your own custom lipstick. And also what's interesting is this is the lip suede red. So I have a sneaking suspicion that they will come out with a lip suede berry or nude, or you know what I mean? And we cannot ignore the fact that this packaging is so stunning, and it feels so substantial. It feels so luxury, so bougie, so extra. So I really love this one here. Okay, moving on to some Dior. So the first item I picked up from the spring collection this year is the Lip Glow Oil. I have the shade called Cherry. So these are a new item at Dior, and they have the most beautiful texture. It's a lip oil. It's not a lip gloss. It's not a lip maximizer. It's a lip oil, and it feels so nourishing and hydrating. And also, these have a really lovely staining effect. As I mentioned, I have the shade called Cherry. So when I reapply this shade throughout the day, my lips keep getting an intense cherry color. Like, it's quite substantial, the amount of pigment you get in here. And it's just a really nice, nourishing product. I will often put this on my lips as I'm doing my makeup so that by the time I put on a lip color or a lip product, my lips are just so nice and hydrated, and this is really nice. Next up from the Glow Vibes collection is the Coral Vibes highlighter. I'm wearing it today. So it has a nice little peachy color. At first when I saw this, I thought it looked very beautiful in the pan, but I really wasn't sure how it would wear on my skin tone. But I think it gives such a nice little flush. It offers a nice highlight, but the peachy color isn't too intense. Like, it doesn't look like I have peach, it just looks like highlighter, and I find that it just melts into your blush so well. I think in a pinch you could just substitute this as a blush if you needed to. I think this would also look really beautiful on darker skin tones as well. I just really like this color, and I think I kind of forgot about it because, you know, as we buy new items, things kind of get lost in the shuffle, you know? Okay, so now we are onto the Blue Beat eyeshadow palette, and I don't really like it. This is so unfortunate because I find that the texture of these shadows is not what I'm used to. A lot of the other Dior palettes I have are really buttery and creamy and blend so well and just so effortless. I find that these are a little bit powdery, a little bit chalky. It could be because these are pastels, and sometimes pastels have that sort of texture, but I have a lot of other palettes from Dior and they don't perform like this, so I'm very sad, but this one unfortunately is not a recommendation. So moving on to other products I would not recommend to you. These are from Laura Mercier. These are the new Caviar shadow sticks. I have the shades Raspberry and Turquoise. Now, both of these colors are beautiful. When I swatch both of these on the back of my hand, they will stay on my hand for several hours if I leave them there. I have to use waterproof makeup remover to get them off. When I apply them on my eyelids, they crease. Even if I put on a primer, they crease. It doesn't matter if I blend it out. It doesn't matter if I layer a powder over top. They just crease. I don't know if it's because I have hooded eyes. I know I have oily eyelids, but I wear a primer to correct that. And anyway, these just don't work for me, which is very sad because I love the colors, especially the turquoise. Like, I really tried to make it work, but it's just not for me. It's not happening. I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the last category. This is a substantial one, Chanel. The first item I want to mention is something that's not really a strong recommendation. These are the Chanel Chance Perfume pencils. I bought these for myself for fun because I bought it, I think, as a birthday gift to myself. So in the box here you have Chanel Chance Eau Tendre, Chanel Chance Eau Fraîche, Chanel Chance Eau Vive. So these are waxy sticks that you can use to reapply your fragrance throughout the day. And this is really key because this is not really supposed to be used as a base for your fragrance. You should use these as a touch-up throughout the day. So the reason that I wouldn't give this a strong recommendation is I find that half of these don't last that long. I don't know what it is on me and my skin, but I find only the Eau Vive and Eau Fraîche last a long time on me. The other two, not so much. So it's kind of like so-so for recommendation. I just think that there are so many other extras you could get that are so much better. Like a hair mist. I feel like people need to get into hair mists because they are just the most wonderful thing, and every perfume that you can think of usually has a hair mist that accompanies it, and it's just so extra and bougie. Like this one here is the Chanel Allure hair mist, and it smells like Allure, but it's a hair mist. It has no alcohol, so it doesn't damage your hair, and you can just spritz this on and feel extra when you want to just like oomph your perfume. I think that if you are a die-hard Chanel fanatic, if you have every single product by Chance and you just want to collect for the sake of collecting, go ahead. But if you are someone who is just looking to add something extra, maybe not this one here. Okay, moving on to lip products. So Chanel came out with the Rouge Allure Camélia lipsticks, which is really just the Rouge Allure lipstick with a camellia embossed on the top of the packaging here. And I bought some just because. So I have the color here, number 357 Camélia Rouge and number 337 Camélia Rose, which is what I'm wearing today. I also picked up two of their new lip pencils. I have 174 Rouge Tendre and 172 Bois de Rose. So I'm wearing the pink lip liner and pink lipstick today as a combo. I think that this combination is just the perfect everyday pinky nude. I guess it's not that nude, but if you just want like an easy lip combo for every day, this is it. It's just so beautiful and elegant and put together. And as I mentioned, these Rouge Allure lipsticks, they don't really have anything special to them. The texture is the same, the formula is the same. I think if you loved the colors, it was worth getting. If you are just a fanatic and need to collect for the sake of collecting, go ahead. And then the reds that I got match each other. So this lip liner and lipstick are just a really beautiful red, a little bit more orangey, which is always what I love. And again, I love a red lipstick, so I just got these to match. Of course, a red lip liner is something that I can wear with a lot of other lipsticks that I own, but I think the lip liners are definitely something worth getting because I remember the old Chanel lip liners and they were really not great. They felt like wooden sticks just dragging across your lips. They were so dry, and I've owned these now for a few months and they still feel very creamy and smooth. They have not dried out, so these are 100% an improvement on the old lip liners. Now let's move on to their new mascara that they added. This is the Volume Stretch. So every year or so, Chanel decides to add a new version to their Volume mascara. This is the stretch version. It's fine. I find that the wand is very intricate and quite interesting. So when you apply it on your lashes, you do get a sense that it is pulling and stretching your lashes in the most subtle way. It's not dramatic or painful, but it kind of is supposed to give like a lift and curl effect. I think it's really nice. I don't think it's any better than the classic Volume. I am one of those people that just thinks that the Volume, like the original one, is really great. And whenever they come out with a new version, I try it out, but I have yet to meet one that surpasses the original. Okay, let's move on to the spring collection from Chanel. So they came out with these new liquid eyeshadows. These are the Ombre, Première, Laque, and I picked up 3 shades. I picked up Rayon, Rising Sun, and Desert Wind. Now, these are amazing. These are liquid shadows, but they are waterproof, they are crease resistant, and they stay on so well. So when you apply these, you have to do one eye at a time because they dry down quite quickly. I think that the formula is amazing. I love the shades that they came out with. I picked up 3. I'm hoping they keep coming out with new ones, especially in the summer. I hope they come out with like really beautiful, bright, bold colors in the same exact formula. That would be great. And I find that these mix really well. You can layer them with a powder, you can layer them with other liquid shadows, you can wear them on their own. These are a knockout. And then I also picked up one of the new nail colors from this collection too. This one is called Mirage. It's a really nice dark gray lilac color. It doesn't have that much gray. I guess it's more of a dark lilac shade, but it is just so beautiful. I think this is my version of a nude because it has a bit of pigment, it has a bit of color, but you could wear this just for like any occasion. It's very classic and really beautiful, and it does last a long time. And moving on to the Le Blanc collection, I think this is probably one of the standouts from this year so far for me. This is the Le Blanc Rosy Light Drops. So this is a liquid highlighter that has a slight rosy pearlescent finish, and these are just so pretty. You'd think that a pearlescent finish would look milky or white, but it's very subtle, and you can wear it underneath your makeup for a nice glow, or you can wear it on top for a really beautiful pearlescent highlighting effect. I just think it's such a beautiful product, and there's also so much product in here. It's going to take me quite a while to get through it all. Okay, moving on to our last item here in the video. This is the Chanel Warm Memories palette. I find that all 4 of these colors were just so well curated to blend together. I find that every shadow in this palette blends seamlessly, individually, or mixed together. And you could create something really easy and simple for every day, or you could do something really dark and smoky. It's just a really good staple palette to have. Okay, I think that about does it for the roundup of new releases from spring. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what were some of your favorite new releases this year, what were some of your least favorite. Let me know. If you are new to my channel, I post nothing but luxury makeup reviews and tutorials. And whenever I get a collection, I will create several different looks with the same items. So if that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe. Okay, I think this is all I have for you guys for today. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.